My name's Aaron Nipp. I own CODEWORD.com. We're a brand awareness and business strategy firm, and this is Branding Theory. If you have a small business, if you have a massive business, you need to know the importance of branding. In today's age, the more attention you get means the more clients come to you, which means the more money you get. It's really as simple as that. And so if it really is the more attention equals more dollars, it makes sense that you need to figure this out, right? So I have 3 theories that I'm gonna go through today that's gonna get you more attention, get you in front of more people, and hopefully get some dollars back in your pocket. Let's start with the basics first. You need to understand this first concept, and that is the numbers theory. I don't know why, but when you put numbers in those videos, people go wild for it. And I wish I had some kind of analytical reasoning on why that does that, because I think when I say numbers, you expect some kind of scientific reasoning. I don't. All I know is that it gets my attention, and I guarantee you it gets your guys' attention anytime someone says something along the lines of, I spent $1,000 this week, or this is how I make $100,000 a month, or these are the top 3 reasons that I do this, or this is the top 5 things you need to do, something along those concepts. I don't have a ton to say here, but you really need to start including numbers in the video itself, in the title above, the captions in the video, and the captions down below when you're posting. It makes a world of difference, and obviously don't do it every single time, but if you could fit it in there, game changer. Going on from there, we're getting a little more complex. And instead of trying to explain this in definitions, I'm gonna give you an example for this one. But branding theory number 2 is the microscope versus binocular theory. And the best way I could describe this is imagine you have a t-shirt company. And when you have this t-shirt company, if you're starting one, what you're gonna do is you're probably gonna go to Alibaba, you're gonna go to some other company, and you're gonna source your t-shirts. And for the sake of the conversation, let's just pretend these shirts are the best thing that you have ever seen. Like, you nailed it. You got it for the best price. They look amazing. You got an amazing logo. Like, you are gifted in this area, and they come back to you and you're like, nailed it, right? And so what you're gonna do when you get these shirts is obviously you have your name for the company and all that stuff, but you're probably gonna get a photo shoot together. Can't see it, I got a little light ring back there. You're probably gonna get a similar setup. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take just the best pictures you can of these t-shirts, probably in a white background or on maybe 1 or 2 of your friends, or just hanging up, or some form of content for these t-shirts. And again, let's give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's say these are the best things you have ever taken. Like, these pictures are by far the best part of your company, even better than the t-shirts themselves. And so what you're gonna do with those, you're gonna post them online like everyone else does. And what you're gonna do when you post it online, you're gonna give some heartfelt speech. And I'm about to say this, I'm not calling out anyone specifically. I've done this, I've seen a bunch of people do this, and there's nothing wrong with it other than we just don't know what we don't know. But they're gonna go on Instagram, they're gonna go on social media in general, and they're gonna post their t-shirt and say, oh my gosh, what a journey it's been. I have worked so long to get these t-shirts in for you. We've had such a great following, even though they haven't. We've had so much support already, even though they haven't. And they're gonna say, you know what? Thank you for following me on this journey. If you could, I have this shirt for sale. I want you to buy it. And what do we all do? We're gonna scroll through and we're gonna take a deep breath. We go, no, because we do not like other people telling us what to do. I don't know what it is. I'm just as stubborn, but if someone tells me to do something, I'm not doing it. If I'm taking out the trash and my girlfriend says in the middle of me taking out the trash, hey, I need you to take the trash out, like, I don't know if I want to. You know, I don't know why. It just is what it is. We all got some growth to do, I guess, but probably the worst way you can market yourself in the very beginning is a very microscopic approach of saying, I have a t-shirt, or I have a service, or I have some item, and I want you to buy it. We already know that. You have a business. Duh. So instead of taking that microscopic approach, why don't we scale back a little bit and imagine you're standing on a hill a mile away, you got your binoculars up, and you're looking at the company from far away. Are you just gonna see the t-shirts? Obviously not. You're gonna see them because they're there, but you're also gonna see all the things that go into making this brand. You're gonna see all the long hours of you staying up on the internet researching. You're gonna see the hours you're spending boxing things and trying to figure out what works to market your brands and trying to get people to buy stuff and trying to just build this community around your brand, right? That's the stuff people wanna see. What's gonna get more attention, or just honestly, be real with yourself. If you're scrolling and someone has a t-shirt brand, what are you gonna pay more attention to? Are you gonna look at the TikTok where they're saying, whoa, this is this cool shirt? Or are you gonna watch how they spent an hour in the warehouse after something bad happened or it flooded or some orders like went wrong? You're here for the tea. I am too, but you gotta understand that when you're marketing yourself, you've gotta understand what people wanna see, and that's very much the binocular approach versus the microscope. That last theory was by far the most complex we're getting in this whole video. And the third theory that I have coming up, I actually have third last on purpose. The first two are important, and you definitely need to be implementing these two. But the last one is by far the most important thing that I need you to take from this video. And that third one is the concept that the modern generation thrives off being ironic. Now, I did not make this up. I'm not gonna take credit for it. If you guys know who Virgil was, rest in peace. He gave a speech at the University of Columbia, and I think in 2016, and he said this, and it wasn't even his main point, but as soon as I said that, I'm like, I feel so seen right now, it is ridiculous. Virgil said, the modern generation thrives off being ironic. And at first you're gonna be like, okay, that's kind of cool. But I want us to really take a second and think about the things that we like and the things that we think are funny and the things that we buy into. And it really all falls into this category, which is wild because this was back in 2016, which I don't even know if that was the case back then, but coming into 2023, it is 100% the case. When I think of the people I follow on social media, when I think of the brands that I like, I think of the things that I buy into, and I buy specifically like t-shirts, right? I think that they all come down to that person shouldn't be here or this brand shouldn't be here, but they are, and I love it for them. And I have a couple examples for you. I think number one, we all love Alex Hormozi. It just is what it is. If you don't know who that is, you need to go look him up right this second. This guy is like 34, worth a stupid amount of money, and borderline looks homeless. And just so we're all on the same page here, I'll back up. I'm in sweats. If you guys already know me, I got the Crocs on all the time. I work out in mostly Paneras just because I just enjoy it. I don't like being in an office. I don't like sitting down for long periods of time. But going back to the main point, when we look at Alex Hormozi, specifically for me, by all means, he's the exact opposite of what a businessman should look like. But yet, he's out here making a ton of money, teaching us free game all day long, and that's why I bought in, right? A more casual example of this theory, and I kind of hinted at it earlier, is Crocs. I wear my Crocs everywhere. Is it because I think they're cool? Absolutely. But are they cool? Absolutely not. This is just so we're all on the same page. This is how every single person wearing Crocs started wearing Crocs. We made fun of someone else for wearing it. And then they're like, wow, it's comfy, blah, blah, blah. And you hear all these excuses and you're like, well, let me try them on. And you try them on and you're like, these are kind of cozy. I don't know, we might be onto something. And so every time you're over, or maybe someone gives you that as a gift, you're like, okay, I'll wear them around the house. Okay, so now you got them around the house, you're wearing them, and then what happens is you go to the gas station and you forgot your shoes somewhere and you're like, I'm just gonna put on the Crocs. And when you're out in public, you're like, oh man, this isn't too bad. I'm pretty cozy, right? And it obviously evolves from there. You go to Target in the Crocs, and then I kid you not, now I have them on right now. I work in my Crocs. I go to meetings in my Crocs. I've worked out in my Crocs. I'm not proud of doing that, but it's ironic and subconsciously I love it. As we're recapping this video, we've explored the numbers theory, the microscope versus binocular approach, as well as Virgil's modern generation thriving off being ironic. There is obviously a ton of things that you could be doing to getting your brand out there, to getting more awareness, getting in front of more people, which obviously leads to more clients, which leads to more money. But these have been three pivotal things that I have done in my business that has made all the difference in bringing more clients to me and obviously bringing more dollars in my pocket. There's a lot more that you need to be doing, but this is a great starting place. And if you need help implementing these three or have questions on other ways to get in front of more people like press releases, proper splash pages, social media strategy, please, please, please let me know.